Hi and welcome back to my channel. I'm Simon and today I'm back to have a chat with you about saying goodbye to the library for now, not forever, but certainly how it looks, as I am going to be packing up, knock myself out there, packing up all of the books in this library for, well, I just want to give it a bit of a revamp and have a bit of a change and sort of, I don't know, not get excited about it again exactly, but, well, miss my books. We'll talk about it all. The plan is, and there has been some, because I have mentioned this on Instagram, there have been some people who are quite sad about it in the comments, but also in my DMs, people have been quite cross, frankly, that I'm changing the library. But I do feel like it's time. I have had this room like this for almost 8 years. So it's basically the 7-year itch is what's happening here right now. And actually, as this video goes live today, it is my 8th booktube anniversary. So there we go. That gives me an excuse to have cake at some point. Moving on. It's been 7 years, and whilst I still love it in a lot of ways, it has got a bit bad about, and sometimes you need a bit of a change up and a bit of a glow up and a bit of a, well, sort out. I haven't quite decided on the colour yet. I'm down to a final sort of 3, and I'm just going to see how I feel. There are, in other parts of the room, so many tester swabs, it is untrue. I think I've gone through about 8 or 9, but yeah, I knew what colour I thought I wanted to do it. However, that colour's actually going to end up being somewhere else because it didn't quite work in here like I thought it would. It was going to be a bit too dark, and whilst I definitely want... Well, I'm not giving any more away. Maybe I'll do a video about that, maybe I won't, and we'll talk about content and stuff and what it means for the channel, because I do think this is sort of part of me having a think about how I would just like to change stuff in general a little bit and have a bit of a rejig and, I don't know, not a fresh start. I mean, for those of you who've been here for any length of time, you all know that I love me an excuse for a fresh start or, a fresh notebook. It's more, I guess, I keep feeling like I want to say I want to get excited about it all again, and that isn't the case, but maybe subconsciously there is something a little bit of that in there. Yeah, I just want to change things up. The thing also about decorating and having to box up, not knocking myself out again, but box up all of my books, is that it does mean that I can have a mega sort out, and that is something that I'm definitely planning on doing. As I box each of the shelves, I'm going to be sort of weighing up what books I want to keep and also looking at things like how long have I had these books on my shelves for, etc. And I do think that another thing, like I said earlier, I would like to just miss having the books around a bit for a little while. I never feel, because some people have asked me this in the past, like it's a burden having this amount of books, which some people might find it. I mean, some people absolutely love having pretty much 0 TBR, and I'm going to be experimenting with that a little bit, to be fair. But yeah, I love having lots of books and this room. It's something that I've worked really hard for. And also, actually, I made a video on that very thing of having so many books, which I will link down below if you want to find out more. So that's the why I'm looking at notes, because I've made bullet points. I tried to record this yesterday and it just went absolutely awry. Worse than usual. And that's saying something. In terms of missing my books, that does make it sound like it's going to be quite a long process, and it sort of will be, because what I don't want to do is rush it. I don't want to feel like every shelf I go through I'm under pressure to get rid or to definitely keep or read it with X amount of time or whatever. But I do want to, well, I think I'm going to do it in 2 ways, which is as I take the books off the shelves and box them, I'm going to cull as I go, and then also as I put them back on the shelves I will do the same again. Now I'm giving myself roughly 3 or 4 months, I think, to do this, partly because June is a time, like in the first, I think, 3 weeks of June I'm home 4 days, maybe 5, and then the last week I'm away a bit, and then the first week of July I'm away. So for me this is going to be a bit of a summer sort out, but I think actually having those breaks away will also really help. It's going to be interesting seeing if there are any books that sort of call to me from the boxes, not literally, that would be quite spooky, but like, yeah, if there's some that I suddenly think, oh, I wish I hadn't boxed that one away, and oh, I'm really, really keen to read that. I'm going to have some sort of order, I guess, as to like knowing where books are. And I am even thinking about, maybe probably actually not when I box them, but when I put them back on the shelves, I'd really like to do a video where I work out actually how many books I have. But again, we'll come to content a little bit later. But yeah, it's going to be the summer of sorting. And actually on the subject of summer, I am planning on doing a video of books that I want to read this summer that are going to be a bit summery, plus a reading sort of project that I've got planned for the summer, and also give you some recommendations for books you'd like, well, you might like to read. How do I know you definitely like to read them? Books that I hope you'd like to read in the summer. It has been one of the suggestions for a video where, I think in my last video was it? I asked for your video suggestions that I can put into a jar so that if I'm like struggling to like come up with an idea of something to film, I can just pull something out the jar and literally try and film that there or then. So yeah, any more of those, let me know in the comments down below, although I'll be asking for more content suggestions, which links into what does me changing the library and sort of, I guess, packing it up and closing it for the summer mean for the channel? And the answer is, you're going to get a few different backdrops. You'll probably get some backdrops still in here as the process is happening. However, I thought it might be quite a nice idea to like film in some of the rooms. Actually have not long just decorated one of the spare rooms. Well, one spare room has been decorated in the theme of Persephone Bookshop, or inspired by Persephone Bookshop, so I might do a bit of filming in there. And then the other spare room has recently been painted like a, well, the colour was inspired by the sort of minty pistachio of a wonderful book in Ortigia in Italy, where I was a few months ago. Got dreadfully ill, only just recovering now. Get your violins out. No, don't, I'm fine. That bookshop, Libraria Zaratan, I want to say it was called. If I've got that wrong, I apologise. I'll put some pictures here. I made a reel about it on Instagram. I think I've got really into reels recently. When I say I've got really into them, I think I've made 4. I'm trying to do like a book recommendation of the week on there and stuff. Anyway, that's not here. That's there. But yeah, in terms of as this process goes on, I thought I would ask you all what you would like to see. I had a few ideas. So one of them is to see, can I manage with a 0 TBR? Now, I will preface that by saying the maths that I'm mathing, it wouldn't be 0, because one thing that I've decided I'm definitely going to be doing is keeping 2024 releases in the library as it gets decorated, or to hand at least as it gets decorated, because I end up working quite a bit on books that come out in the year, and yeah, and also I tend to head more to new and contemporary fiction. But as I go through the books and take them on shelves, I was thinking of maybe taking some books that have been on my shelves the longest and doing a reading blog, reading those, maybe taking some of books from like either favourite genres or authors from the past and seeing if I'm still the reader that was reading those then. Because honestly, some of the books on these shelves, I think I've had, well, almost 2 decades. I know, I'm 24, how is that even possible? Turn those numbers around, the 2 and the 4. But if you've got any ideas for that, please let me know. There are also a few authors that I have loads of their books on the shelves, but I haven't actually read a single one. So is it time to do that? Although I did do that last year with Helen Oyeyemi, and it didn't go as well as I wanted it to. But still, maybe there's a second chance for Helen at some other point. That was an idea. I know people love culling videos. I have mixed feelings on it, because it's very rare that I watch a culling video and think, oh, that was really good fun, and I feel like it was done in a positive way. It can often be it feels a bit mean. And I know I'm savage by surname, but I'm the least deserving savage surnamed person, I think, maybe. Did that make sense? I don't know. Culling, I might do that as a cop-out on Patreon, because I do like to do extra videos over there as a thank you for the support that people give me on different tiers. But yeah, I'm not sure on the whole culling thing. What are your thoughts on culling videos? I'd really, really, really like to know that. Thought about books that have been on my shelves for the longest. I will film as I sort and maybe hold books up and talk about them and like why I've got them, or, you know, how long they've been on the shelves. But that could be, I mean, that could be quite a series. I'm not going to do that in one video, because can you imagine? That could be like a 7-hour video, and I don't think anybody needs that from me. I mean, sometimes I've got to 50 odd minutes, and that's been pushing it for many of you, I'm sure. I'd love to hear all your different thoughts on that in the comments down below about different content that you might like to see as I pack up the library, decorate it, and then unpack it in about 3 or 4 months' time. It might take longer, it might take less time, I don't know. I'm just going to see what feels right, but I am very, very, very excited about it, and I'm hoping that you will enjoy coming along for the ride. I don't feel like I need any suggestions on colours for the library. I know that I'm definitely getting rid of the wallpaper. I know people will be in outrage about it, but do you know what? It's my library, my rules. I'm quite excited about different furniture that I'm thinking of getting and stuff. So that is all lovely. Look at the sun coming out joyously as I talk about something that, I mean, I am a tiny little bit sad because, you know, I've had lovely times with you. I was actually looking, and it was only a few years ago that I stopped filming literally where these bookshelves are now, where I used to have a desk with the rest of the room as a backdrop. So it has changed a few times over time. I used to have my grand's massive floral sofa in here as well. I did know about bringing those back, but they don't go with what sort of my vision for the library is going forward. I mean, it won't be vastly different. Like, these shelves aren't going anywhere. I'm not adding any more shelves though. That was something that some people did comment on, like, oh, maybe it's time to add a few more. No, there's got to be limits. I need limits. I need to be reined in. I need the books to manage me sometimes as well as me managing the books. There will be, actually, and I forgot to mention this, what I have loved is I've seen the lovely Ben has sort of inspired, and I'll link Ben's channel down below, loads and loads of people to start just doing one takes with backdrops that aren't necessarily bookshelves or anything like that, and just having a chat. And I'm thinking that might be a format of video that I'd quite like to do a bit more of. So also, as well as the content that you'd like to see around the library being packed, decorated and unpacked, what other video content would you like to see? And I'll put those in the pot that I mentioned. Wow, we've gone on a while. If you'd like more from me,
you're not a member of my fan club?
Then you can find my Instagram, Patreon, all that kind of stuff down below. I'll be back probably with a video with this very backdrop in the not too distant future, doing a haul. Also, Mum is coming this weekend, and we're going to be filming our shortlist rankings and winner predictions for both the women's prizes for fiction and non-fiction. That's going to be really, really good fun. Maybe we'll do something on the savage prompts and how we're getting on so far. Vlogs are going to be coming back because it's quite busy and bonkers over the next few weeks. I'm definitely going to do more of those. And I've just realised that I've suddenly started going on about a load of other stuff. So in the comments down below, I'm going to repeat myself again. I'm dreadfully sorry. I would love to know your thoughts on culling. I'd love to know what content you'd like to see as the library is packed, decorated and unpacked, and what other content you would like to see on the channel over the summer, including what you'd like to see in vlogs. And that is that. So there we go. Right, I will see you all soon. I hope you're all doing super duper well. I hope you're reading something fabulous. And yeah, bye. Oh, I forgot. I've got some books to unbox. So if any of you stay past that point, you're going to see what's in these 4 boxes that won't get packed back up again. Oh, isn't that dissatisfying when that happens in just a little bit, and the whole thing doesn't open? Oh, what's this? It's Rupert Everett. It's the American No short stories. Ooh, that's exciting that that's arrived from the lovely folk at Abacus Books. Blimey, there we go. I think he might be appearing at Story House in Chester. I have Youth Juice by E.K. Sathu. Youth Juice. I can't decide whether I absolutely love or absolutely loathe that title. It gives me the slight shudders and the ick. But what's it about? A bloodthirsty copywriter realises that beauty is possible at a terrible cost in this surreal satirical send-up of NYC it girl culture for the goop generation. Oh, the word goop. What was Gwyneth thinking? Interesting. Interesting. Oh, then we have The Silence in Between by Josie Ferguson, sorry. I don't know why. Is that the name of another? Didn't another author had a book? Did Kath Staincliffe have a book called The Silence in Between? Lisette is in the hospital with her baby boy. The doctor tells her to go home and get some rest, then he'll be fine. When she awakes, everything's changed because overnight, on the 13th of August 1961, the border between East and West Berlin has closed, slicing the city and the world in two. Her baby's on the other side. Oh, goodness. Now, I don't love books about, like, World War II, But that sounds really interesting. So there we go. And then, last but not least, oh, this is a finished copy of Plaything by B. Seton, which I have been sent a proof of. On the front it says, a little jealousy can be healthy, can't it? That's all I need. I don't need a big stonking blurb. I just need that. That's got me really, really, really interested. I'm not quite so vocal about that. Anyway, definitely a colour theme going on with there. It's quite pink to make the boys wink, isn't it? That. Oh, that's quite a satisfying selection of colours together. In fact, actually this one here matches the rug in the library at the moment, which is going. So anyway, I hope you're all doing super duper well. Hope you enjoyed that little bit of extra, and I will see you in another video very, very soon. Well, I say soon, might not be that soon. Bye.